There we go. I could do this all day. You're gonna have a lot of fun with this one if you're into this kind of flying.
No, Gadget.
What's good, everybody? Thanks for checking out the Gadget Inspector channel. I appreciate that. Well, today we're taking a look at the Eachine EX2 Mini, and it's an obvious rebrand of the MJX Bugs 3 Mini. So much so that even the goggles still have the MJX RC branding on them. Now, I've already reviewed the Bugs 3 Mini. I've got several videos of it on the channel, and the EX2 is essentially the same quad. But Eachine is offering it in a few configurations that MJX did not. So you can get the EX2 by itself, you can get it with a 5.8 GHz FPV camera, or you can get the complete bundle with the EX2, the camera, the monitor, and the goggles. And that's the bundle I received for review. So we're gonna check everything out, then we're gonna get it outside and do a test flight. Okay, so as you can see here, the only difference between the EX2 Mini and the Bugs 3 Mini is the canopy. And to be very honest with you, I'm digging that all black. The motors are the same, the bull nose props are the same, the LEDs are the same, the batteries are the same, and the controllers are, say it with me now, the same. So everything is interchangeable and can be used by either drone. So with the bundle, instead of the iconic front headlight, you're getting a 5.8 GHz, 25 milliwatt, 24 channel FPV camera. Now, just like the Bugs 3 Mini, the EX2 can be flown in angle mode and acro mode. And you can obviously do FPV in either. Here's the thing though. Flying in acro mode with this requires a good amount of skill. Now, just cruising around is okay. And, I consider myself to be a pretty decent pilot, but trying to do acrobatics with this in acro, flips and rolls, is quite the challenge. I'm not sure if it's the weight of the drone or what, but I've had quite the time being successful in doing flips and rolls and stuff like that. And just like air mode, when you arm the motors, they'll spin up and just idle. So you would think when you cut the throttle, the motors will still be spinning, so you still have control, but it just doesn't perform that way. The point I'm trying to make is only fly this in acro mode if you're really super confident and you have a really high skill level. The X2 bundle comes with a 4.3-inch monitor, so you can mount it to the top of the controller, or you can slide it into the goggles for more of an immersive experience. And the great thing is you can use it for your other drones. If you have an FPV racer that has one of those all-in-one VTXs on it, cameras on it, you can use this monitor. Or if you want to use your existing goggles with this EX2 Mini, you can do it. So 5.8 just gives you a lot more options, and that's what I'm really looking to see more of in the hobby. Now, the goggles have pretty thick padding around the opening, and there's a pretty large cutout for the nose area there. And the fit was pretty good for me. I didn't find them to be uncomfortable at all or anything like that. They're pretty lightweight and most of the outside light is blocked out. But if you wear glasses, you'll have to take them off to use these goggles. Now let's take a closer look at the 4.3-inch monitor. So you have your micro USB charging port on the side here, as well as the on-off switch. And there's 4 control buttons on the front. So with the monitor powered on, you get channel and frequency, as well as RSSI value. So this will let you know if you're flying out of range. The top button turns grid lines on and off. The second button adjusts your contrast. Brightness can be adjusted, and then there's the button to switch your channels. If you just hold down the button, it will auto search for the best signal. Quick look at the controller now. Everything is labeled, so it's self-explanatory. But the one thing I want to point out is how to switch from angle to acro. To do so, you'll have to power down the drone and the controller first. Then flip the switch, power on the drone and the controller, and you should be in whichever mode you selected. And the L1 button is how you do flips. The other button is inoperable. All right, let's put this bad boy in the air now and see what's up with it.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fly the EX2 with the monitor mounted to the controller. So it'll be basically a line of sight flight here. We're going to check out how much flight time we get and just look at the overall performance. I have my Amway goggles here. I'm using the DVR in these to record the screen. So actually, let me go ahead and get that started now. Okay, so that is recording. Then what we'll do after this flight, I'll put the goggles on and see what that experience is like flying FPV. Alright, that screen looks really good. Got this little sunshade here. It looks really clear. So let's go ahead and get it in the air now. Alright, unlocking the motors and taking her up. Alright. Love this little thing. Alright, we're just going to fly it around some. And I'm going to check out some FPV. That feed looks really, really good. Really good. Wow. That looks really good, you guys. No kidding. No kidding. And I'm just kind of cruising now. But you can definitely do some FPV with this. Absolutely zero breakup. Now remember, this is only 25 milliwatts, so you're not going to get a whole lot of range. But let's take it out and see what kind of range. Now, I wouldn't fly it really any further than that, to be real honest with you. And there's absolutely zero breakup. Wow. Yep, this is the way to go for sure. 5.8 gigahertz. All right, let's go ahead and give it some pitch now. Smooth. I want to say this one is quieter than the Bugs 3. Let's go ahead and do a pass here. This is just the low rate. And it performs exactly the same as you would imagine. Great bird. Absolutely great. Let's bring it back so you can see it. Check it out. Looks really good. Nice LEDs. And let's check out that FPV once again. Perfect. Perfect feed. I'm very impressed. Looks like Eachine got this right. That's working pretty darn good. Okay, I got some exposure changes there when facing the sun, but you get that most of the time with these little all-in-one cameras. So no big deal there. All right, let's bring it down. Now remember, the flight clock is going to be up there in the upper left-hand corner. I'm going to go ahead and put this into high now. A little bit more speed with the yaw. And we're going to go ahead and kick it. Nice and smooth. I want to say this one, it sounds a bit quieter than the Bugs. But it still has it has its own sound. But as you can see, it's still a great, speedy, quick flyer. Oh boy, this is a great quad. And I almost hit myself there. Great quad. I mean, you can kind of see for yourself. There's not a whole lot for me to say. Alright, let's go back to the monitor here. So that should be recording. You should be able to see this. See what I'm seeing here. And let me actually hold it up to my action cam. Maybe you can see it this way as well. See that feed? No breakup at all. And this is the benefit of 5.8 over Wi-Fi FPV. It's just more reliable. It's just more reliable. Getting a little breakup there. Kind of close to a metal fence over there. But I'm flying 100% FPV right now. Wow. That's really, really great. And there it is. Just kind of cruising. Go ahead and give it some pitch now. Sucker's moving. You know it. Alright, let me just say, don't try this at home. If there are any kids watching, or any of you that aren't, you know, that familiar with quads, don't try to fly it like I'm flying it, you know, unless you're comfortable with that. You can really hurt yourself with this. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Seems like we're getting pretty good flight time here as well. Wow. I am going to be flying the mess out of this. And I'm also going to be using this monitor a lot. I actually hadn't had a monitor before this. I always just use my goggles. Great performance. And this one is a lot quieter than my Bugs 3 Mini. But it still has that nice sound coming out of those brushless motors. I think the Bugs 3 Mini sounds a little meaner. It's got a little bit of a growl. Excellent. Can't go wrong with this one, you guys. Let's do some more FPV here and bring it down. See there? 100% FPV now. Awesome. There I am. Just awesome. And oh yeah, I forgot about the RSSI info there, which is cool. Which lets you know when you're starting to go outside of your range, reception range. All right, there's our LVC warning. I feel like that's pretty good flight time too. I'd say 8 minutes or so maybe. And just for the flight test here, I'm going to keep flying it until it actually lands itself. And then I'll pop the other battery in. And I'll pop the goggles on. See if we can do a little bit of an orbit here. I think we're starting to land. There we go. All right. Excellent. Excellent quad. All right, let's throw the goggles on and I'll get you some footage that way as well. Okay, so let me let you see that feed. Hopefully you can see this okay. But that feed is great. No lag. If, you know, maybe a little. I mean, I can't really tell that there's any lag at all, which is what you want for FPV, obviously. Not bad. A little break up there. Not bad at all. Not the best camera I've seen on a FPV quad, but decent for what it is. I always get some breakup when I get close to that fence over there, and even over here. But as you can see, I'm doing just fine. Now, since the camera is pretty much pointed straight ahead, you're not going to get a whole lot of speed because you'll just be looking at the ground. Unless you take it up kind of high, which I'm doing right now. I better bring it down some. But yeah, I've got it up there quite a ways now. Really, really cool. This is great. So if you are looking to get into FPV, but you don't want to go full on with the, you know, the typical FPV racers, this is a good option for you, I think. Because you got everything you need to do FPV. You don't have to get goggles. You don't have to get a monitor. You don't have to get anything. It's all right here ready for you in one bundle. And doing some flips here. Really cool. It's full pitch. This is great. I'm having a good time. Clip that darn tree over there. Whoopsies.